Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Holman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Holman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag feature, Ken Rogers sits down for an exclusive interview with the newly elected president of Kansas Farm Bureau. And inside Kansas Ag, Kansas Soybean gives us insight on the 2015 Commodity Classic, and KDA gives us information on giving the gift of Kansas. And in news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association, we'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. Net farm income is forecasted to be at $97 billion in 2014, down over 23% from 2013's estimate of $126.5 billion. The 2014 forecast would be the lowest since 2010, but still above the 10-year average. Crop receipts are expected to decrease by $27 billion, and livestock receipts are forecasted to increase by over $25 billion. Largely due to anticipated record prices for beef cattle and milk. Farm Rescue is a nonprofit organization that provides equipment and manpower to plant, harvest, or hay crops free of charge to farm families who have experienced a major illness, injury, or natural disaster. Farm Rescue was founded in 2006 and has helped more than 300 families since it began. The nonprofit recently received a $35,000 grant from the Walmart Foundation State Giving Program, and applications are being accepted for the 2015 planting season. Go to farmrescue.org for more information. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has vetoed a bill that would have banned gestation crates in his state. The bill drew nationwide attention as animal rights activists and celebrities rallied Christie to sign the bill, even though pork production is virtually non-existent in New Jersey. In a statement, Christie said the bill is a solution in search of a problem, and it's a decision that should be left to the state's Board of Agriculture. And in local news, according to USDA's NASS, the early November price Kansas farmers received for winter wheat averaged $5.61 per bushel, an increase of 4 cents from October's price. The November corn price at $3.71 per bushel is predicted to be unchanged. The November sorghum price average at $6.51 per thousand weight is an increase of 48 cents from October. November soybean price at $9.70 per bushel is expected to be up 20 cents from last month. To help Kansas families plan for the passing down of the farm or ranch, K-State Research and Extension and Kansas Agricultural Mediation Services are offering 5 Planning for Farm and Ranch Succession conferences January 5th through January 17th and March 3rd. Information on exact dates and locations, as well as online registration information, is available at ksre.ksu.edu/KAMS, or you can call 1-800-321-3276. The Kansas Wheat Yield Calculator app has been released from beta testing and is now available at no charge for both Android and Apple users. The app uses the number of tillers on plants, row spacing, and several other factors when making a yield prediction, and users can choose from 3 different formulas used by Kansas Wheat Alliance, K-State University, and crop insurance adjusters. For more information on all the app's features and download links, visit the Kansas Wheat Alliance website at kswheatalliance.org. Up next in our Ag feature, Ken Rogers sits down for an exclusive interview with the newly elected president of Kansas Farm Bureau. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com.
A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Kansas Weed Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
At Ag Risk Solutions, we have been helping our clients make better crop insurance decisions since 1981. We always focus on helping you find the best coverage options for your farm, and it will give you peace of mind knowing you have a partner you can trust. To learn more about our agency, please visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution.
Ag Risk Solutions is an equal opportunity provider.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second to none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
The state's largest general farm organization just concluded their annual meeting in Manhattan and have elected a new leader of that organization, the Kansas Farm Bureau. Joining us now is Rich Feltz from Liberty, Kansas, the incoming president of KFB. Well, first off, Rich, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate that.
Let's get right to it. Many folks maybe don't know where Liberty, Kansas is. I know coming from a small community, sometimes that helps. But let's talk about Liberty and your farming operation.
Sure, Ken. Liberty, Kansas, southeast Kansas, Montgomery County, about halfway between Coffeyville and Independence, on the Verdigris River. And speaking of the Verdigris River, we farm in a partnership with a brother, have a son, and my brother has a son-in-law that farms with us as well. We have a diversified cropping operation at southeast Kansas-wise. We still raise some wheat, but our primary crops are corn and soybeans, and we're a little old-fashioned by some standards. We still raise hogs, but we've changed, and we kind of have a niche for what we do, and we're growing out breeding stock for a major breeding company.
We're going to talk also about some of the Farm Bureau issues that were discussed here at this meeting, but one of the things I want to talk about is how you maybe got to this position within Farm Bureau. I know one of those building blocks, you were one of the original members of the Kansas Agricultural Leadership, that first class.
Very true. And I guess coming out of that class several years ago, I just questioned with myself. I said, I want to do something with ag. I'm not sure what it is. It took a little while to surface, and this wasn't actually my objective, but the road just keeps going and going and going.
Steve Backus, who has retired, he was also in that class. So I guess the point is strong agriculture leadership starts early in the state, and then it builds to positions like this to be real leaders.
Well, I think our organization especially ought to be particularly proud of the CORAL program, and the fact that Steve and I were in the first class. Likewise, Jerry McReynolds was in that class as well, a board member. So very instrumental in the leadership in this state.
Also, there are a few other new board members, some retired, and so we also have some new board members who will be joining you.
Yes, we'll have 2 new board members. Not real strangers to Kansas Farm Bureau on the board, but yes, we'll have a board member coming from our resolutions committee, and then we'll have another board member that his spouse had retired, so he will be coming on the board.
Well, that's one of the things we do want to talk about is the strength of Kansas Farm Bureau and the grassroots effort that took place over the last few days here in Manhattan. So we are talking with Richard Phelps, president of the Kansas Farm Bureau. You're watching Kansas Ag Report.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
The Kansas Farm Bureau just held their annual meeting a few days ago in Manhattan, and we're talking with Richard Phelps, who is the newly elected president of the organization. Rich, the strength of Kansas Farm Bureau is all those counties that come together as a grassroots. Talk about policies and resolutions. Talk about some of the highlights.
Well, I think this was one of those meetings that, there were still some empty seats, and that's in our delegation, and that's one thing that I would like to make an effort is we've got to have a little more input from some of the counties that, for one reason or another, our emphasis on Farm Bureau has diminished a bit. But all that said, yesterday evening we had a retirement for our president, and what a show when you have the governor and 2 U.S. senators show up for the retirement of your president. But we do have issues. There's no question that issues that are going to be of importance to us didn't get a lot of play with our policy process, but water issues. We know that water issues, 2 kinds of water issues. The waters of the U.S. issue, that there's been quite a battle on trying to downgrade some of the regulation on that's been forced upon us. But within the state, taking action regarding the governor's water vision and how we might address that, and getting deep enough into it that they're starting to see a lot of differences and needs of different people, going to be a challenge. Also, I think state finances always pose a question mark for you as property owners as to what direction we might go and the need for additional funding for some of those.
Lesser Prairie Chicken is one that Farm Bureau is really Kansas Farm Bureau being one of those early leaders in trying to get some things stopped.
No question. The Lesser Prairie Chicken has, and for the first time, Kansas Farm Bureau is going to lead a lawsuit in that case. The Lesser Prairie Chicken, and we think about and the other species that are potentially on that threatened or endangered list, and the impact that they're going to have on production agriculture as well, a lot of other industries as well.
Well, Rich, even though it is a group effort, it is a grassroots effort, there still has to be a leader and to lead that. Your opportunity now to speak to Farm Bureau members, potential Farm Bureau members around the state of Kansas, what message do you have for them?
That we have to act together. We're minority when we come to our society as a whole, and we've got to all be on the same page. We have to be advocates for our industry. And in our case, we need to be an advocate for our organization too, because strengths in numbers, strengths in our credibility, and we have a good credibility, but the grassroots nature of our organization is one of the most meaningful parts about it.
And also, I would assume, continued outreach with the folks in the cities too to really understand.
No question. We've got to have a consumer outreach. We've got to have a youth education outreach. Policy doesn't start in our Capitol buildings anymore. We have to start that with an education process of some of our general citizenship.
Well, the reorganization will happen with the board, so you'll get ready before long. San Diego, home of American Farm Bureau convention this time around, so Kansas will once again be right in the forefront of helping shape national policy as well.
No question. It'll be interesting to see what's on the forefront. We know that this year that we don't have farm policy to contend with here, but we know that there's major issues looming when it comes to farm policy.
Again, Richard, congratulations. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much, Ken.
Richard Feltz from Liberty, Kansas, the new elected president of Kansas Farm Bureau. I'm Ken Rogers. You're watching Kansas Ag Report.
Happy holidays from Kansas Wheat.
Merry Christmas from Paragon Ag.
Commodity Classic registration and lodging now are open online. Rooms are expected to book quickly, so those interested should register as soon as possible. The 20th annual event will be February 26 to 28, 2015 at the Phoenix Convention Center in Arizona. Commodity Classic hotels are within easy walking distance or provide complimentary shuttle services to and from the convention center. Full registration includes the opening reception, trade show access, the general session, learning center and what's new educational sessions, the American Soybean Association banquet, and the evening of entertainment. Established in 1996, Commodity Classic is America's largest farmer-led, farmer-focused convention and trade show. It is produced by the American Soybean Association, National Corn Growers Association, National Association of Wheat Growers, and National Sorghum Producers. Each of those organizations hosts special briefings, policy sessions, awards banquets, and receptions for its members. If you plan to go to the American Soybean Association Awards Banquet, be sure to sign up soon because it always sells out quickly. Beginning at 6 p.m. Friday, February 27, the annual event offers dinner, awards, and entertainment and is sponsored in part by the Soybean Checkoff. For more information, visit commodityclassic.com on the web.
During the holiday season, it would seem that shoppers are always seeking out the perfect gift. We at the From the Land of Kansas Trademark Program think that Kansas-made collectibles and edibles are a great way to give that gift they will remember and find useful. We invite you to shop Kansas this season through our retail partners. Shopping Kansas gives you the benefit of wonderful customer service you'll find in these small businesses and in their high-quality Kansas products. Plus, there's the added benefit of supporting local Kansas businesses. Not sure what type of Kansas products you'd want to buy for the holiday season? Think about a coffee roasted by a Kansas coffee roaster like Radina's Bakehouse, and a From the Land of Kansas mug made by a Kansas potter. Or what about a gift set of great flavored seasonings and pepper jellies from Copperleaf Gourmet for that friend who loves to host? Maybe a beautifully carved Kansas-shaped cutting board from Kansas Wood. It's sure to be a gift they will remember. Or a basket of your favorite Kansas wine from Crooked Post Winery and cheese from Alma Creamery. Not sure how to put your perfect basket together? Many companies also create custom gifts for the holiday season. This could be a basket from a retailer like Kansas Collection, Kansas Originals, Turner Flowers and Gifts, or Prairie Harvest Market. So where do you find these great Kansas companies? Find a list at fromthelandofkansas.com/shopkansas. If you don't see your favorite shop listed, have them give us a call or visit our website to be registered. May your holidays be filled with cheer. Connect with us on social media to keep up with the latest happenings.
This segment brought to you by Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Impact Satellite, your local authorized DirecTV dealer. Impact Satellite at 785-554-5974.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second-to-none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City, bending over backwards for you.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second-to-none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
Since 1983, the Hydrobed has been utilized on cattle operations throughout North America. The Hydrobed equips your 3/4 or 1-ton truck for hay handling and feeding. Variable speed cable controls or the optional wireless remote enable you to haul, transport, and unroll 2 round bales weighing up to 3,000 pounds each. A mechanical free float automatically compensates for uneven ground and out of round bales, isolating you and the truck from impact of a bale unrolling. To find out how the Hydrobed can improve your feeding efficiency, call or visit us on the web at triple-c-inc.com.
7 loyal members were recognized December 3rd during the KLA convention in Wichita for reaching 50 years of membership. Those who joined KLA in 1964 are Gartrell Farms of Stockton, Gefford Herefords of Haven, Gilliland Cattle Company of Leon, Rex Hedrick from Jewell, Stanley McCauley of Highland, Don Montgomery from Sabetha, and Brad Tate of Lakin. Back in 1964, when these members joined, KLA dues were $5, and there were 6,889 members. Shipping fever, anaplasmosis, foot rot, leptospirosis, and pink eye were ranked by ranchers as the top 5 livestock diseases most in need of additional research that year. Also honored at the KLA convention were members reaching 60 and 70 years of membership this year. They were Adams Cattle Company of Plains, L.E. Fairbairn from Garden City, Edwin Linkner of Coates, Jack McNair from Dodge City, Keith Moll of Larned, Tony Renoulet from Sterling, Leon Steffen of Burdett, and Natalie Story from Winfield. J. Harold Carswell of Osborne and Andy Schuler Jr. from Chapman were honored for reaching the 70-year mark. This class of 64 brings to 93 the total number of KLA members who have belonged to the organization for 50 years or more. The longest continuously held KLA membership belongs to Jansonius Farms of Prairie View, which joined the association in 1918.
Hi, I'm Brian Holder with Paragon Ag. The news flow for grains is slowing down as winter sets in. This Wednesday, December 10th, USDA will update with a monthly supply and demand report. Market direction for corn and soybeans will depend on the upcoming South American weather and how the USDA approaches the final yield and harvested acres. For supply, the market is now only debating a difference of a 30 to 40 million bushel change in ending corn stocks. For demand, the question is USDA's take on ethanol. Bullishly, year-to-date, production has averaged 4.5% over last year, and USDA's whole-year goal is for only a 0.3% increase, which could suggest more corn demand. Bears countered that the recent collapse of the crude oil market and the lower ethanol prices futures are implying that the profitable production margins could evaporate very quickly. The big story has been Russia's decision to try and curb their wheat exports, which lit a fire under the wheat market as fund traders liquidated their short positions. World wheat stocks are ample, but with good export demand recently, it's not a surprise that any bit of supply concerns could cause a jump in the market. The cold snap here in the U.S. is dissipating. Much of the crop has been pushed into dormancy a little earlier than normal and a little more stressed than normal, but spring rains are a bigger determining factor for winter wheat yields. Right now, the technical trend in wheat is up, but we are at a good area to get started hedging new crop wheat. For instructions on how to do that, you can call me at 888-452-8751.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.